Welcome back to another episode of your favorite podcast, Crackhead with a Microphone, the only podcast in the world where you hand the crackhead a microphone and you listen to him talk until you wonder if you are the high one. My name is K-Rock Dizzle. Let's get into it.
It is officially the holiday season. I mean, I guess if we're being honest, it's been the holiday season for a while. I did without that Thanksgiving episode. But I'm saying that post Halloween is time for Christmas and all those holidays. It is officially the holiday season. You know what the holiday season means? It's time for movies to start flopping. Nah. But in all seriousness, how like Christmas and all these times, like this time of the year, this gotta be the worst time of the year to drop a movie. Like, I personally don't understand why you would drop a movie this time of the year, but hey, people do what they do. You got to keep the movie theaters in business somehow. And the talk for a while is about the new Disney movie Wish. Oh, I don't understand. The movie flopped. It's not making money, bro. It's not hard to understand, but people just don't seem to understand. So let me put you on one game. So the question I saw that I actually made a whole Twitter thread to, but this is like the audio version of that Twitter thread, was that there's really like okay, movie flop. The movie was going to flop, but let me see, movie flopped. Movie was going to flop. It's not surprising. Someone said, "Why did this movie flop?" So I made a thread. Mix of things that made this movie flop. One, there's a Disney boycott. Granted, how effective this boycott is, we'll never really know. But the fact that there is even a Disney boycott means someone out there, even if it's just one person, avoided seeing this movie. The reason they're boycotting Disney is because they support Israel and the Palestine-Israel debate or war. I don't know why I said debate, but in the Palestine-Israel conflict, a lot of companies are supporting Israel. A lot of companies are getting boycotted for supporting Israel because that's a supporting genocide. So, yeah, a lot of people, well, enough people said they don't want to see that. Um, Two, this movie had like zero marketing. Okay, zero. All right, I know saying zero marketing is a stretch, but unless you've been in, like, I'm going to keep it a buck with you. I didn't even realize the movie is out yet. Only knew the movie existed because I've seen trailers for it in movie theaters for different movies. I haven't seen not one commercial for this movie. I haven't seen not one like ad on like the side of a SEPTA bus for the movie. I didn't get no commercials on YouTube for it. Like this movie had zero marketing. Don't even know who the star is. Granted, a lot of the fact that they didn't market this movie because of the the strikes that just happened. Hollywood was on strike. Actors were not allowed to promote the movies, so they were left with just regular commercials. Reason the Marvels did not get a lot of marketing because the actors could not go out and promote the movies. People don't realize that lack of word of mouth that doesn't people don't know the movie's out, so they don't go see it. So those are like the two general things. But also we need those are the two like Disney specific things. But it's also like okay, I said because I'm trying to like elongate this for the podcast. There's a mix of things. Disney boycott, lack of actual marketing for the movies, theater affordability, and COVID making streaming more prevalent, turning people off from theaters entirely. Those are two big things that I think people aren't realizing, bro. People are broke. I try to be like funny and like not talk about like politics, but like I don't think it's a political statement to say that people are broke. Inflation is a thing. People aren't making money. People don't have disposable income. People can't afford to go see a fucking Disney movie. Especially when you add that second part that I stated, COVID making streaming more prevalent and turning people off from theaters entirely. I don't think y'all really understand the impact that COVID had on movie theaters, bro. And this is why I'm gonna just read y'all the tweets and then like elaborate from there. Another point I'll add to this: most people don't like going to the movies. For them, it was a necessary evil to see something you wanted to see because it was the only option to do so. Granted, this is what I have noticed with people I know, but most people would rather watch a movie at home. and COVID made it possible to not have to go to a theater and still see a movie at home. That's that like once people got that, they like people got turned off from theaters. People don't like movie theaters. I like movie theaters. I'm pretty sure a lot of people who won't be on film Twitter debate and stuff like this like movie theaters. But your average Joe Schmo, the niggas I know who are like, yo, like I just want to see the movie. I don't care how I see it. They would much rather just watch this shit at home where they can pause it, rewind it, and do all the other stuff. Which is another point I got to in this thread. But yeah, people would rather watch a movie at home, and they have more options to do so. When I was younger, if a movie this is next week. When I was little, if a movie came out, you didn't see it in theaters. You had to wait 3 to 5 months for a DVD release, and you still had to pay to buy the movie from a store or rent it. That FOMO, fear of missing out, definitely sold a lot more tickets than you realize when you think about the quick streaming turnaround. Shit is on streaming so fast nowadays, bro. Like, especially the kid shit, bro. Which we're gonna talk about why in a little bit because I did get to that later in the tweet. But like movies be in theaters for like a month, 6 weeks, boom, streaming. Movies aren't making money in the theaters. Most of the value of a movie comes from the fact that it's going to be on streaming and get people to pay for the streaming services. That's why Netflix makes movies and sends them to theaters before putting them on Netflix. They get their little chunk change from a theater release and then throw it right on Netflix. Fucking Apple TV, they just made 2 movies. They throw it in movies. They throw it in the theater. Get their little chunk change. They're gonna throw that shit right on Apple TV. The studios know that they're not getting money from the fucking theater anymore. Like they'll get whatever they can from the theater, do their little contract for a theatrical release. But the money isn't like the money isn't in the streaming because most people are losing money on streaming. But the money definitely isn't in the movies because most people are just watching on streaming, bro. And we're talking about people who are watching legally. Don't get all up in my comments talking about oh piracy is the best way. Piracy is the best way. You know what the fuck I'm talking about. We're talking about the general public who isn't going out of their way to pirate shit. Just regular niggas trying to watch regular shit in regular ways. That's what we're talking about. Granted, I have talked about the streaming. Well, have I talked about it? I have made comments about the streaming bubble popping and like streaming not being as lucrative as theaters want it to be because it's so segmented. But that's a whole nother thing. Point is, there's no money in theaters anymore because people realize, hey, I don't have to go to a theater to see this in a timely fashion, so I'm not going to go to a theater to see this because I don't like theaters. People don't like theaters. The theater experience of sitting in a room with a bunch of people in an assigned seat with expensive snacks, driving out, like it's not something they enjoy. Something I don't mind, and I will say I enjoy a lot more post COVID because most niggas don't go, so I get to have more space to myself. It's less likely to have kids in there crying, parents in there begging to stop their kids from crying, the long lines for the concession stands, even though I don't really get concessions like that anyway. But like, if you don't like the general theater experience, you only went because you had to. You only went because it was like, all right, I'll go just to see this movie. I'll put up with it to see this movie. That wasn't a enjoyable part of the experience. So you got this FOMO driving people to theaters. COVID happens. No one can go to theaters. And now it's like, I don't want to go back. I like this option better. It's kind of like the working from home thing. Everyone works from home now. No one wants to go back to the office, even though everyone's trying to convince you to go back to the office. You're like, no, I'm not going back to the office. Some people probably like going to the office, but yeah, no. So next tweet is with everyone having an arm in the streaming race in the streaming wars, especially after COVID, you as a consumer know where a movie will end up in terms of streaming before it even hits theaters, and the turnaround for it will be quicker than the pre-streaming slash DVD releases there, bro. Just the same point to hop on there, bro. You know where a movie's gonna end up if you like. Let's take Wish because we're talking about Wish. Everybody named Mom know Wish is gonna be on Disney Plus. Movie came out what right before Thanksgiving. Movie gonna be on Disney no later than January. If that might end up there fucking December. By Christmas, movie might be on Wish. Oh, Christmas special Wish released. Like, once again, let's be fucking for real right now. Same thing with the Marvels. If you didn't go see the Marvels in theaters for one reason or the other, movie not doing too hot, you know the movie's gonna end up on Disney Plus anyway. You know anything under that Disney umbrella is going to end up on Disney Plus. You know anything made by Warner Brothers is going to end up on HBO Max. Fucking Blue Beetle just got put on HBO Max. It just came out in the summer. The Flash went on HBO Max. All these movies have designated streaming services, and the turnaround is so fucking quick. I need y'all to really understand. I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Mutant Mayhem. I got the poster in the background. You can see it if you want video. I saw the movie in theaters. Got that. I saw it day one. Movie was on Paramount Plus in like a month, bro. I came home. I work from home, so I came out of my room on my little break. My pops was in the living room watching the fucking movie. Same movie that I just paid to see in a theater. No more than 3, 4 weeks ago. This nigga was watching in his crib. Completely legal. High quality, all that. The turnaround is so fucking quick. There's no, oh my god, I have to see it. Like, when I was a young boy, I remember this, bro. Because I was one of them people. I was one of them boys who, like, I really always wanted to see the newest movie. And my mom used to walk me to school. My mom walked me to school. On our way to school, we walked past a Hollywood Video. Hollywood Video was essentially like Blockbuster, but not Blockbuster. It was the same as Blockbuster, it's just a different brand. But same shit. You go in there, you rent a movie, you get the movie for the weekend or whatever. You return it. If it's late fees, all that shit. So if I didn't see a movie in theaters, I'd like I would want to, it'd be like, oh, I have to get it when it gets a home release, and then get a copy from Hollywood Video. And I knew, like, in my head, like, I was counting in, like, most movies when they were coming out back then. If you didn't see it in theaters, you were waiting 3 to 4 months for a DVD release. You were waiting upwards of 5 months if it was a big release. Because I remember Spider-Man 3 came out, and I loved Spider-Man 3 when I was a kid. I saw it in the theater, and I was like, oh my god, I can't wait till. And I counted. I was like, June, July, August. I was like, oh, August is going to be a Hollywood Video. I can get my mom to rent it out. Movie didn't even get to Hollywood Video till October. The movie was doing too good, and it was still in theaters way longer than people expected. But most movies, if I didn't see it, it was like, dang, mom, if I don't see it, then we can't get it from Hollywood Video until 3 months later. 3 months? That's a quarter of a year, bro. That's a quarter of a year. And then they redo fucking promotion for it. Like, oh, it's out. They're showing similar commercials to when it was in the movies. Because they're like, oh, bro, if you didn't see it in the movies, like, now you got the chance to see it. Now it's bringing back all that FOMO that you had from when you didn't see it the first time. And now you're running to the DVD to see it. And you're trying to get the last copy before everyone else gets it. You got to go to a store. Like, there's still a process into it that makes that you have to work for it. You don't have to do that anymore with streaming, bro. It's right there in your crib. You pay your 13 for the month. You've got everything they've ever made, more or less. So streaming completely ruined that FOMO, bro. When So next week was when movies are streaming for a month. When movies are streaming a month or two after release, most people just view streaming as a better option financially and for your enjoyment. You can pause, rewind, rewatch, and be in the comfort of your own home. More people just value that than the theater experience. That's like the gist of what I was just saying in these previous few tweets. But that's really what it is. There's more value in streaming, and it's at a better price. If you don't enjoy the movie experience, you already know you're going to see the movie in a timely fashion, and you're paying, and it's essentially like, depending on how you want it, you paid either your monthly fee for it, or it was free and came with a service you already paid for. The same way that you could say, if you live in an apartment, the water is free because you just pay to live here. Explain to me why you would go to a theater if you didn't really enjoy the theater experience already, because now you no longer have to go. That was the first half of this thread. The final half of this thread is talking about affordability, because niggas are broke and shit is expensive. And I need y'all to understand. So I'll put, which is a Disney movie, meaning the market for it is families, and seeing a movie as a family is expensive. I personally, I can see a movie on a Tuesday during the day for $7, but a family with kids, you're looking at upwards of $50 to $60 just for tickets. That's crazy. I really need y'all to, like, understand the price of an average movie. The reason I can see a movie for $7 is because I have AMC Stubs Insider. Part of having AMC Stubs Insider is that I get $7 tickets on Tuesdays. Most theaters, like, let's take away the fact that I had to pay for something to get a discount on Tuesdays. There's no Tuesday discount. I'm not a senior. I'm not a student. I'm not military. That's like the only discount I can get. If I see a movie and it's on a Tuesday, I'm paying $7 plus change, plus tax. So more like 8. family of 4 for a Disney movie, you're paying $50 to $60. People are not gonna believe me, so I look for proof. I put a picture for reference, and I put picture for reference of a price in my area. Need y'all to context. This is a price in my area for a family of 4, 2 adults, 2 kids. No discount Tuesday. I didn't put any food. I didn't put 3D screen. I didn't put a Prime screen. I didn't put a Dolby screen. An after school movie on a Wednesday night. This is what it's going to cost you. 2 adult tickets is $29.98. 2 child tickets is $23.98. And taxes is $270. Your total to see a movie in my local AMC for a family of 4 to see this movie would be $56.66. And on top of that, the fact that I have Stubs Insider means if I buy a ticket online, they waive my online ticketing fee. They waive my convenience fee. That's an extra $8.76 if you don't have that membership. So you're looking at over $60 if you're not an AMC Stubs Insider and you take a family of 4 to see this movie. Really let that sink in, bro. Because I don't think y'all are really like, I really need y'all to let that sink in. Like, this is an animated Disney movie. In fact, what is the runtime on this movie? This is an hour and 35-minute movie. This movie is the same length of a fucking DCOM, bro. A Disney Channel original movie. That shit is the same length as a DCOM. And to take a family of 4 to see that movie, you're looking at $60. That's not even including any food, any travel. This is my downtown Center City, Philadelphia AMC in the Fashion District. So if you drive there, you still gotta pay for parking, or you gotta take a bus there, or you gotta take a expensive ass Uber down there. Like, and then I let off with my final point. When you think about all that, if you're a parent, you'll definitely just use that $13 for Disney Plus and skip the theater altogether. Especially if you're already getting all of the Disney, Marvel, and Star Wars stuff. The movie just isn't worth the hassle or strain if you don't already enjoy the experience. I don't understand why this is so hard for people to realize that, like, Be On Film Twitter or Animation Twitter and all of that shit. Yeah, y'all are probably willing to go see these movies. Y'all are probably willing to go pay. But the average consumer, who is what these are marketed towards and who they're really banking on to come in droves, they aren't willing to go through this, bro. You priced them out and gave them a better option that was lower in price. That's a deadly combination for anything that you're trying to sell. Imagine if Coca-Cola, you had to go through 3 times the hassle and it costs 5 times the amount of money. You would just buy Pepsi. That's really all it is. And like, it really boils. It's like when it boils down to something that simple and you really put your mind to it, it's not hard to think about. I mean, shit, even with my $7 discount, I still be looking at some movies like, it's not worth it. Like, I go to the movies, but it's for shit I really, really want to see. Like, I saw the Ninja Turtles in theaters. I saw Across the Spider Verse in theaters. But I don't just be going to the movies willy nilly to see any random movie. Especially if I know, like, it'll be on the streaming service. Like, am I gonna go see The Color Purple? Probably not. Am I gonna watch it on fucking HBO Max when it gets there because it's a Warner Brothers movie? Probably. Like, this long ass thread that I just read you really boils down to that thought process. You have to think the average person is probably just going through that thought process in 2 seconds and not giving it a second thought. That's why no one went to see Wish in the movie theaters. That's why the movie didn't make as much as people wanted it to make. So, had to just drop that on you. Now, second thing I want to talk about, which has been irking me. This is for the gaming scene, bro. Can y'all niggas stop with the skill based matchmaking slander? Mostly, actually, it's not even mostly. It's all the Call of Duty niggas, bro. I swear, I go on TikTok and every 5 seconds I see a nigga with some Call of Duty gameplay complaining so bad. Skill based matchmaking ruined Call of Duty. Skill based matchmaking ruined Call of Duty. Skill based matchmaking ruined Call of Duty. It really didn't. It really didn't. Skill based matchmaking is not a fucking problem. But let's break this down. Most of the people who argue against skill based matchmaking, like, I don't even know how to fucking start. All right, niggas who don't like skill based matchmaking are sore losers. That's really what it is. That's not even a thesis. That's just a fact. Every argument that I've ever heard against skill based matchmaking really comes down to the fact that you don't like to lose. You don't like to lose. You don't find it enjoyable to lose, and you feel like the game is bad because you're losing. That's all it ever is, bro. And they will go through every mental and verbal hoop to try and twist the facts when that's really the fact. Because I'm tired of going online and hearing skill based matchmaking sucks so bad. You play one good game and now I'm in a lobby full of sweats who are stomping me out and it's no longer fun. Why is it no longer fun? I want y'all to really like take a deep reflection in the mirror and think about this. You are literally getting on the internet and saying isn't the matchmaking isn't good because the game was only fun when you were winning. Once you started losing, or my bad, getting stomped, that's when the game stopped being fun. Now, granted, I do have some things to say. One, I only hear this from the Call of Duty community. I don't hear this in any other online multiplayer game that has any sort of ranked skill-based matchmaking system. Overwatch ranked, I never hear complaints about this. When I was playing Knockout City, I never heard complaints about this. Fucking Apex ranked, Fortnite ranked, you never hear complaints about any of this. Any online multiplayer game that has ranked, any fighting game, any shooter, I never hear complaints about this. I only hear complaints about this from the Call of Duty camp, which tells me one of two things. Either Call of Duty niggas are really sore losers who do not enjoy playing a game for a game and only enjoy trying to hit clips, or Call of Duty has really shitty skill based matchmaking. But the problem isn't skill based matchmaking in itself. The problem is the skill based matchmaking in Call of Duty if it's as bad as you're saying it is. The one thing I will give you is that I do not play Call of Duty. I don't play Call of Duty. I own a couple of the games, but I never paid for Call of Duty. They usually just come with shit that I get. I got my system, it came with it, or someone buys it for me. I don't play Call of Duty. But the way people talk about the skill based matchmaking in Call of Duty leads me to believe that it's the former, that you niggas are really just sore losers. You niggas are really sore losers is another one with the skill base. Because the argument I always hear is you play one good game and you get thrown in a lobby full of sweats. My question to that is if you get thrown in a lobby full of sweats and you get stomped, don't they demote you back down? Clearly, if you play one good game and then after that you're just stuck in the lobbies full of sweats after that, the way skill base works, you don't just stay in a lobby if you're really getting squashed like that. What I feel like is happening is you're going into these lobbies, you're getting put up against people who are giving you a fair fight, you're doing okay enough to stay in those lobbies. You're not doing better enough to go in the lobbies with the pros, but you're not doing bad enough to go in the lobbies with the fucking kids again. People are always showing off these clips of old Call of Duties where they're getting these five person, 6 person kill streaks and going, this is what Call of Duty was made for. My second point is, yeah, that was fun for you. What about the 6 people who are struggling against you? Because they're literally in the same position that you're complaining about, and that was before skill based matchmaking. So before skill based matchmaking, when you could just go into random lobbies, you could go in a random lobby full of sweats. I mean, full of kids, sweat it out, get the best KD ever, and then nothing would happen to you. Now that it's skill based and you're given more of a challenge, now you don't like the game anymore. You don't like the fucking game, bro. Either that or you're a sore fucking loser. Because you should not only be having fun with a game when you're winning. And that's something for anybody and everything, bro. If you like challenges or games, you have to be okay having fun while losing. If you lose and it's no longer fun for you, don't fucking play, bro. Because it's clearly not for you. You should be able to have fun whether you're winning or losing. Middle of the pack, last place, first place. Then you get the third, which is just, oh, bro, I just came to chill. I just wanted to play to chill. Like, I'm not trying to get, like, it's no fun getting stomped up. You're just trying to chill. Then don't fucking play. Or play and just enjoy it. There's plenty of games I've played. I'm like, fuck it. I just want to chill. I don't care. Guess what? If I'm just chilling and I get last fucking place and I get bodied, then I'm just trying to chill. Like, there's no, I can't sit there and say, oh, I'm just trying to chill, but expect to casually get a three-peat. I don't understand why you want to go in these games just to feel like a god. Like, no, you're not going, like, that's what the whole point of skill base is. Play people of your skill. And if you don't like playing people of your skill, then you're a sore loser and a bully. Point blank, period. So I urge anybody on Activision, like as much as I don't play Call of Duty, and as bad as I've heard some of the games are, do not get rid of skill based matchmaking. Just tell these niggas to get good. Because they used to be the ones talking about, oh, little Timmy, you're mad that you're getting cooked. You just got the game for Christmas. Like the fact that in the Call of Duty community, there's a term called Christmas noobs, where you purposefully just beat on kids who are new at the game and didn't know how to play, and then told them to get good. That was sickening. maybe that's just me. Maybe I'm looking at it as a little too like But as someone who wants the gaming community to be one about actual community and somewhere where someone can feel welcome, how does that welcome someone into a community? You get a kid a game for Christmas that he really wants, and the first thing he does when he logs in is he gets stomped by a bunch of fucking adults who are only playing because they want to feel good about their fucking ego, but don't even have the balls to actually want to play somebody of their own skill level because then they feel like a fucking kid again. They feel like a kid that's getting stomped. You're a nut, bro. Something really wrong with y'all. That's my take, bro. But yeah, those are the two things I'm gonna talk about. This wasn't really a funny episode, but I need to enlighten y'all on some stuff. We'll try to be more funny next week. But if you enjoyed the episode, make sure to leave a like, subscribe, and I'll see y'all next time.